evening, and welcome to another Malcat Gin Review. First for a while, just for various reasons. Keen to get back into it, and we've still got a lot of gins to try, so yeah, hopefully the first of a few. So tonight we are looking at Waitoki Washhouse Gin. Here we go. So for those who don't know, Waitoki is a village in the Rodney district north of Auckland near Kaupakapa.
Kaupakapa.
Yeah. As the story goes, the gin was started, or shall we say the distillation was started, by three friends living in a cul-de-sac who started distilling vodka. And they started distilling it in the local backyard laundry. And I think that's where the name comes from. So it's Washhouse. One of the three friends decided to go a little bit further, did some courses, learned a bit more about distilling and botanicals, and started distilling gin. And it started with a little, let me get the pronunciation right, Alkita still. Now these are very old style of still, supposedly introduced by the Moors into the Iberian Peninsula, and even today still favoured in Spain and Portugal more so than other types of copper stills. It produces quite a high quality alcohol due to the longer distillation process. Apparently even now today they still use the same still for doing their test distillations.
So as Malcolm said, we've had this one for quite a while. This comes from batch 2. And it is bottle 118 out of 124, and it was distilled on the 2nd of September 2020. Now I thought, in my head I kept thinking we may have even got this in the first lockdown, but I think the first lockdown was 2019.
Yeah.
So yes. Maybe this was the second lockdown. I'm confused. No, I think it was the second lockdown.
Okay.
What to think about? Where was I? Where was I working?
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is quite strong on the citrus. In fact, it's actually called, the blend is called citrus. So it has coriander, grapefruit, orange, lemon. Have I thrown some in there that we didn't have? Harapito, kawakawa, and jellica root. While Malcolm did research on this, I brushed my hair and put my lipstick on.
Okay. So even today they are still a small batch distillery, which means I think a batch for them is around 200 bottles even now. They run for the production a handmade alembic still made in Portugal. That's a copper still. The recipe they came up with was through a lot of trial and error. I believe something like 40 attempts, 40 different batches over 18 months to come up with recipe. Based on the botanicals, I'm expecting a reasonably clean, dry style gin with perhaps a bit of a peppery finish from the Harapito and the kawakawa.
And we did talk about that. We haven't had many with Harapito and kawakawa in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be, yeah, probably, I'm guessing here, and we'll confirm this in a minute, probably a little bit citrusy up front with that peppery bite towards the end.
It's called citrus blend, so I'm strongly committed to the fact that it will taste citrus forward.
Well, enough guessing anyway. Let's have a sniff. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the juniper. And a nice big citrusy kick. Quite a sweet smell. Well, that's lovely. It's very smooth. Yeah, confirming all the suspicions. Yeah, it's citrusy up front, and yeah, that peppery kick as the aftertaste. Quite warming without the alcohol burn being too overpowering. So I think
you can see it nicely sort of swirling in the glass, and that kind of low oily look to the...
Yeah. I think that's smooth enough and nice enough. If
you could drink that on your own. Yeah. Wait, I mean, you could drink it on its own, on your own.
Yeah. So definitely pleasant enough to be just a sipper. Maybe drop a nice cube in there, and which is actually an interesting thing to think about as well. So it's probably a little bit like whiskey. Temperature changes the flavour dramatically. So, try it straight, but drop an ice cube in and then try it again, and I'm sure you'll notice the flavour profile change dramatically, as you do with a good whiskey. Anyway, I could prattle on for hours about stuff like that. Anyway, G&T time. Cheers. Oh, yeah. That's good.
That is a good one. That's, yeah. I hope they've stuck to that blend, because that's really good.
That's clean and crisp, and that's a really good classic dry style gin with just a slight kick. You could easily make that your
everyday gin.
Everyday gin, yeah. It was certainly not.
I wouldn't complain.
No.
The other thing is that because they're small batch, they do some other blends as well that I've seen have not got yet, including I think they have an orange one and a rhubarb one. So they're quite a good little, if you like the small batch distillers, they're quite a good one to keep your eye on, because obviously if they only do small runs, then you'll need to get onto the small runs quicker if you want to pick them up.
Yep, absolutely. I think that could also be quite a versatile gin. As I said, I'd be quite happy sipping that straight. Great as a G&T, but I think that would also be a good option for a martini, which probably means also a good option for a Negroni, and plenty of other cocktails as well. Yeah, worth considering. Certainly, I really like it. It's been on our to-do list for a while, so apologies to Steve and the team at Waitoki. We should have got to this one a lot sooner, but it was definitely worth the wait. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, gin is the winners. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum.
Why is half the bottle gone already?
The angel share.